Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Milainul Fahmi. Okay, in this opportunity, I want to try your assignment. My final project is under the title and the personal meaning in genus Uterensis as the villain in Avengers Endgame movie. My final project consists of 5 chapters. The first one is introduction, which consists of background of the studies, recent purchase, the topic research question, and the second one is literature review, which consists of previous studies theoretical framework, and the third one is research methodology, which consists of research design, the technique for collecting the data, and procedure for analyzing the data. And the fourth is the main of my final project, which is about the finding and discussions, and the last one is the conclusion and suggestion. Alright, now we move to chapter 1. Here we have a background of the study. So communication is the process of exchanging message or meaning which as language as a tool, and the message itself can be realized directly or indirectly in communication. In direct communication, people will communicate directly, while in direct communication, people will need media such as movie. In movie, there are characters that appear to build the story through the conversation they made, so the meaning or message can be transferred to be the few words. Besides that, the choice of a word or the choice of language in production, the conversation also can be used to describe the characteristic of characters in movie by conducting interpersonal meaning analysis. And then the reason why I choose movie for this study is because movie is really used in the analyze in interpersonal meaning, and then the movie chosen is Avenger Endgame movie because this movie is worldwide phenomenal and it became the most watched movie, and also it gained a lot of work including best villain. So it's mean the best villain what goes to Thanos, and then the problem of this study were formulated into question. The first one is, what are the mood types realized in Thanos' entrance as the villain is Avenger Endgame movie? And the second one, how do the mood type describe Thanos' characteristic as the villain Avenger Endgame movie? And now we move to chapter 2, which is about the literature review. So from those 11 previous studies, most of them analyze interpersonal meaning in speeches, and only the last 2 of them which analyzing interpersonal meaning in movie. Those are the studies conducted by Permatasari 2019, who analyzed mood and modality in the series of Chronicles of Narnia in her study. She explained how Peter as the oldest brother used different mood and mortality when he told to his siblings, and the second one is the study conducted by Kaznet 2018, who analyzed the mood system in the utterances of Buffy and Brands. In Troll movie in her study, she explained how Buffy and Brands, who were friends, use different mood when in their conversation, and how mood describe their characteristics, and for the theoretical framework as the objective of this study are to find out the mood in Thanos' utterances and how to mood help to characteristic Thanos. So this objective were beside on holiday systemic functional grammar 1994, which text and context. This study focuses on the context of situation and language at the lexical grammatical level, and especially this study put emphasis on one of the context of situation called tenor. Tenor is the relation of interpersonal meaning and is this realized in the wording called mood, while mood is realized by the order of subject and finity, and the order of subject and finity also indicate the type of mood, which in turn specify the speech function conveyed in the class, and the systemic functional grammar advice is that the context and language relationship can be traced in spoken or written text. So in the study, the text analyzed were in the form of a movie athlete, Avenger Endgame movie. So this study analyzed finance utterances from that movie, and it analyzed through the mood system framework provided by Holiday Systemic Functional Grammar. And now we move to the chapter 3. It is about the research methodology, and there we research design, the technique for collecting the data, and then the procedure for analyzing the data. This study is discourse analysis within qualitative approach, since it's concerned with the relationship between text and context. Meanwhile, a qualitative approach is also applied because the data of this were in the form of words which were interpreted to find the larger meaning, and then in collecting the data, documentation method was applied because it enabled the research to find the deeper information within written evidence for further explanation. And then for analyze the data, the research took several steps, which firstly by collecting the data in the form of tense utterances. The second is segmenting the utterance into clauses and then identifying the mood of each clauses, and then classifying the mood types of each clauses, and after that describing tense characteristic based on the mood types analyzed. And the last is driving conclusion, and now we are in the main point of my final project, which is about the finding and discussion. And the findings show that there are totally 86 clauses found in tennis assurances, and from the total number of clauses were divided into major classes, which are 75 clauses, and minor clauses, which are 11 clauses. And then from the total number of major clauses were classified into mood types called declarative, which are totally 6 clauses, interrogative mood, which are totally 5 clauses, and then imperative mood, which are totally 14 clauses. So beside on the result tenus most likely to product statement, which is total 56 clauses, and then common, which are totally 40 clauses. Tennis is a giant purple from Titan. When Titan experienced destruction and distinction because of overpopulation, and he is the remaining left, he realized that the other population can cause damage which lead to destruction and destination. So he come with his own idea. It is woven away half of the universe, and so it be said that Thanos is idealist, personal belief in something that is considered true, which come from experience, education, or even habit of each individual, and his idealistic come from his experience. That was a warlord, so he faced so many soldiers and violence, and his idealistic also can be seen through the way he speaks by production statement frequently. Each maintenance is someone would tend to declare his ideas focused on saving the universe for destruction, as in Tatum 1, he said the universe requires correction, and in Titan 57, he said I took by eliminating half of life. The other half will drive in this class. He tried to convince the Avenger that the idea of correcting the universe is right, even though he has to wipe away half of the universe. And then by production, come on, quit often empires that he as a leader can control everything, and he want everyone obey him, as in Denton 84, he said rain fire, and in Denton 85, he said just do it. He by first commanded his army to run fire, even though it will put his army, even himself, in danger. And now we are in the last chapter of my final project. It has the conclusion and solution. So I conclude that there are 56 clauses of Saturnus entrances in Avenger Endgame movie, which can be classified into major clauses, which are totally 75 clauses, and minor clauses, which are totally 11 clauses. The major clauses are divided into 3 types of mode. There are declarative mode, which are 56 clauses, interrogative mode, which are 5 clauses, and imperative mode, which are 40 clauses. So to analyze the mode types, it can be identified that the characteristic of Janus is idealist person. It can be seen that he tends to products statement, which means he is more likely to give information about his intention to the universe, and then this characteristic also supported by the use of command to it implies that he wants to control everything and wants everyone should obey him. And then here are some situations for students who are learning systematic function grammar. Hopefully study can be beneficial for them to improve their literature skill, and then for the research who are interested to conduct such the study. Hopefully this study can be used as their reference to analyze their research, and then for the readers, hopefully this research might help them to understand interpersonal meaning and how to communicate with each other properly. So that's all about my presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.